Hey guys, today I'm back here working on the Mini. So I need to do some suspension changes. I've got a couple track days coming up that I want to take both cars, one to each one basically. So I'm gonna try to get the Mini ready because obviously I've had a lot of suspension issues with it. It's just too soft, and the suspension's just haggard and worn out. It needs something stiffer. So I got some coilovers. I'm gonna try to get them changed out. I'll be honest, this is probably not gonna go well, but we'll see. I already know that this is the original suspension. It's never been off. I did try getting these the bolts out of the hubs a while back, and they weren't coming out. So this is going to be a whole thing. I'm almost positive. The good news is that the knuckle is like a steel or iron or something. I don't know exactly, but it's not aluminum. So that means I can at least heat this thing up. I got to be careful, obviously, because I can't heat the strut up too hot because that could be dangerous. But I can at least heat the knuckle up. So hopefully that'll let me get that out of there, and hopefully I can get these struts out of there and be able to change these without having too many issues, but we're going to find out. Well, guys, maybe I just needed to hit it with my purse, I guess, because I just cracked both of the front ones free. They came right off with my Milwaukee. That's kind of amazing. All right, I got the first one out. You see that this thing is friggin' wasted. The strut mount's all jacked. This kind of makes some noise. And I'm fairly certain this spring is weak because it's always sat lower on this right front corner. So yeah, hopefully the rest of it comes apart this easy. All right, so suspension's all torn apart. I was gonna put those coilovers in. I had problems. Basically, long story short, they failed to provide me some of the hardware, and because of that, it damaged the struts. Two of the shocks are damaged on the top because basically there was nothing stopping the strut rod from going through this and hitting the body of the car, which was something that I didn't notice until it was already in there. No damage, whatever. They're gonna send me another set, I think. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But in the meantime, I ordered a set of TN lowering springs. I ordered some new shocks, bushings, strut mounts, all that stuff because I was trying to get it ready for this track day. Well, the only things that made it actually showed up by this weekend, which is when I have time to do it, is the lowering springs. So I guess we're gonna throw lowering springs on these old ass struts and these worn out mounts and hope for the best. If I have time before the track day, you know, I'll take them back out and replace some of that stuff, whatever shows up. But at the moment, yeah, we're just gonna throw this in. Man, guys, this spring looks way too nice for that shock and mount and everything else, but you know, it fits really nice. It's a nice spring. Time to put the rest of them on here. Let's get to that. All right, got all the corners on here. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get these stock struts back in there because there's like an index piece back there, and after I tightened it with the coilovers, it was just like super tight. Didn't want to go in there, but I got them in there. I did find out that both struts in the front definitely blown out. I guess I didn't even check the backs. I'm sure they are too, but like they're not like leaking, but yeah, you can press them in and they don't come back up on their own. So they're pretty haggard. I did, before I put this top plate on there, I wallered these holes out a little bit. I just kind of took a Dremel and just kind of took it a little bit further that way to see if maybe I can get a little bit more camber. I did get it to go in, you know, maybe another 1/4 inch. I don't know if it's going to give me much, but it's better than nothing because the more camber I can get, the better, because yeah, this thing is very hurting in that department. So I'm about to put it on the ground. We'll see. You know, it's possible I might gain a little bit of camber with the ride height change. We'll see. Yeah, let's put it on the ground. All right, it's on the ground. It's definitely a lot lower in the front than it is in the back. And that's probably because I've got a supercharger and a K-swap and an intercooler and all those things up there. So that kind of makes sense. Maybe it'll settle out a little bit, but yeah, it came down a lot more in the front than it did in the back. I'd say the back came down maybe 1 inch, and the front came down like 2 at least. It's quite a bit, so I don't know. I guess it's fine. Just need to redo the alignment and see how it is. All right, it's not a lot, but it got me up to 0.8 degree of negative camber, which last time I did alignment on this, I was only at 0.4 on this corner. So I definitely got some sort of improvement, whether it was just lowering it or, you know, elongating those holes a little bit, but it got me a little bit of something. All right, and this one's saying pretty much right at 1 degree. So that's also an improvement because this one was at like 0.7. So we're doing pretty good. We're going in the right direction. Still not enough, but it's better than it was. And the rear was sitting 1.6, which is exactly what it was before. So, yeah, mostly just made a change in the front, which kind of doesn't surprise me considering the front's that much lower and I was able to adjust those holes. Back here, there's not much I can do. All right, so I got done driving it. I drove it for a decent amount because I was trying to see if the suspension would settle a little bit. It really is about the same as when I left. It drives really nice though. Like honestly, like you can't even tell that the shocks are not any good and the mounts aren't any good because it drives really good. It's super smooth. It drives straight. Like I double checked the toe before I left. It's still about a 1/4 inch towed in on the front and on the rear. And yeah, it drives really good. Like really good. So it's gonna be, man, I can't wait. Once I get those new shocks and the bushings and the shock mounts so I can bring that camper. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. But for now, I think that's good for the moment. I do need to, need to work on some other things. But, you know, hopefully we'll see. Maybe my parts will show up at a time where I can actually put them on. I don't know. Some of them are Tuesday, some are Wednesday, so I don't know. I may have to roll with what I got here. But if I have to, I think it's gonna do good. Because honestly, like it feels a little bit stiffer, like just barely. Just enough that you know that there was an upgrade done. And it's gotta be better. I mean, it was so soft before. Yeah. Did a whole bunch of stuff off camera. Changed the oil. Definitely was needed that. I swapped out my front tires to my the same ones as the rear, so it's ready for the track. Clean them up a little bit. Yeah, I think she's almost ready. It'd be nice if those shocks would show up before, you know, I think the only day I might have is like Tuesday, but I guess we'll see. Worst case scenario, I mean, you know, it's got to be better than it was, so we'll see. Okay, next order of business, I took the hood off. You'll see why. Because I found another hood, guys. Got an S hood. Yeah, it's black. It's not gonna, you know, I guess it's better than being any other color, but it'd be nice if it was yellow, but that's all right. We're gonna paint it over the winter time, but for right now, I'm at least getting it test fitted and getting it ready for the track day, because now I'll have more airflow in here. I do have something else for this hood, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to do it, but we're at least gonna get this all ready. I just reused the headlights that I had. I have some S, like HID, up there, but the little washer nozzle, like, can't quite see it, but the little washer nozzle thing is just kind of loose because I don't have the washer sprayers and I don't intend on using them. So I need to like glue those things down before I use them, and I'd like to refinish them. But for the moment, I think we just gotta make sure everything fits on this. I did a little bit of clearancing already. I cut the hood in a couple spots where it was cut on the other one, pretty close anyway. So we're gonna do some test fits, see how good we're looking, and then I'll put the grill in and finish it up. All right, got the hood all together, got the grill on, all that stuff. And I kind of cleaned it up, and the more I looked at it, it's not really black. I thought it was black. It's actually kind of blue. Oh well, not like it matters. This is temporary. This is just, yeah, until I can get it painted. But at least I don't have a big dent in it. And if you guys never noticed, you know, the problem that I had with my hood, the whole reason I needed one the whole time is because I've had a giant dent in the corner of this hood the whole time I've had it. It was literally like that when I got it. And then I also had to smash the hood upward for the pulley. But with the Cooper S hood, it actually sits higher in the front because of the scoop. So I didn't have to make a dent there, and it's all clean. That's good. There is like one little ding. I'm gonna have to, fix that when it comes time to do paint. But at the moment, it's not a big deal. I'm pretty happy about that. All right, I did find some extra time to do what I wanted to do. Now you can wonder,
what's going on with this tape? Well, I'm about to cut some holes because I've got some hood vents. So we're gonna end up installing these. Basically, the thinking is, the main reason I wanted to put this hood on there, well, one, obviously I had a dent. Two, I wanted to increase cooling efficiency on this car because I've had problems on the road course where it seems like it gets too hot. And there's not like I can do about putting a bigger radiator in it. I haven't been back to the road course since I straightened the radiator and added this hole here. It did make a difference on the street, so it should be better on the road course, but also I wanted to add a little bit more since I'm doing this. And basically, because I don't have an intercooler underneath there, all this air is just going straight into there and hitting the firewall. It has nowhere to go. It's almost like a parachute. So what I'm gonna do is I have these vents here, which they are louvered this way. So basically they're going to extract heat. The idea is hopefully the air will go in, through the grill, through the radiator, whatever, through the scoop, and then it should be able to come out through the vents, or at least that's the hope anyway. It's worth a shot. If it doesn't work, well, I guess, lesson learned, but it'll at least look cool. So I got everything measured up, about ready to start making some cuts, and then we can get those installed. Hey, look at that, guys. Got them in there. Turned out really fucking good. Got them nice and symmetrical. I think they're in a pretty good spot too. Now the air coming in here. I didn't want to put them like right in the center because I still wanted to try and get a little bit from the side. So I kind of put them a little bit kind of half and halfsies. And I wanted them pretty far forward because I was kind of worried that it was going to be too far forward and you'd be on top of the battery box, because that's a battery box right there, but it ends right here. So all of this is open, and it's actually got a kind of a nice slope under there, because it's basically like that first fin is just kind of like right here. So it's going to pick up air there, which is nice. I did have to cut the bottom of the hood a little bit more. I ended up taking another brace out here. I had taken this one out before to clear all this stuff, which I don't know how much actually needed to be done because there's definitely more room with this, but I think it still needed to be cut just because I think the support, this bottom support part is actually probably the same distance as it is on a base hood. It's just the top part's higher is what it seems like anyway. But interestingly enough, for some reason, I don't know if this is shaped different up here. It seemed like I actually had a little bit more clearance by the grill, which is kind of strange. I don't know why that is, but overall it's fitting really, really nice. I'm pretty happy with it. Now the question is, when I paint it, do I paint it all yellow? Or do I leave those ones black, do the hood scoop black, do this yellow, leave those black? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards maybe all yellow, and then I think I want to do a scoop yellow. These two I'm not sure yet. Yellow or black? I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, my new struts did show up in a reasonable time. So I got the front struts on. My mounts haven't shown up yet. I got this feeling they're just going to show up later today, and then I'm going to be pissed that I already put it back together. Nothing matters. It's going to have to come back apart again anyway. Yeah. You can see these are screwed. This has been sitting for a while, and it still hasn't, doesn't really do much. Does a little bit. It's moving a little bit. But yeah, they're pretty much screwed. So yeah, we at least got the fronts done. Waiting on the bushings for the rear. Those are for sure supposed to show up today. So I'm gonna take those off and get them ready to put the new bushings on, and hopefully we'll be all set. Okay, got my bushings, got the PowerFlex units. About to put those on my new shocks with my new springs and put the rears back together. Well, my strut mounts showed up. They're like fixed camber. They're supposed to add 1.5 degrees of negative camber. I guess it's a good thing I didn't pull the lift out from under the Mini Cooper, because now I gotta tear it apart again. Means I gotta pull the front struts out again. Which is a lot of work. But I think I might have time to do it before the track day. So I think I'm just gonna fucking bust it out real quick and get it done. Okay, got it all back together. I was a whole lot of messing around. Didn't want to show it on camera because I'm sure you guys don't care. But after those new camber mounts are in there, look where we're at. 1.75. Hell yeah. The other day I had, 0.8 on the right front. So that's a pretty big change. Got 1 degree camber. It said it was a negative 1.5 degree plate, but it could be because when I did it, even though I slotted those holes, I pushed it as far this way as I could, because with these camber plates, the springs, like you can't go in any further. The springs actually contact the body. So this is about as max as I can go with stock spring design without going to coilovers. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna check the other side, see where we're at, let you guys know. Hell yeah, look at that. It actually ended up even, which is really surprising, because this one was completely different than the other side. I actually had more camber before on that side. So now, yeah, we're at negative 1.75 on both sides. Nice, that's pretty good. This thing should do really good. I think I'm pretty much ready. I checked the toe already and adjusted it in. It's at like 1/8 inch towed in on the front. I had it at 1/4 before, but it's good enough for now. I think, yeah, I think it's ready to rock. Well guys, I just got done driving it. It drives really freaking good. I actually took it to the gym, took it to Whole Foods. It's a grocery gooder, guys. It's not a race car, it's a street car. Well guys, it's track day. Conditions, not great. It's pretty cold. It's like 40 something and it's rainy. That's not ideal. It's only supposed to be like 54 today. It's not supposed to rain. It's also not supposed to be raining right now, but what do they know? So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I imagine I'm not breaking any records today, but we'll see what we can do. Guess I sent her a little too hard, bud. Fucking hood scoop flew off while I was going down the main street. I'm out here walking the track. Found the hood scoop. She's fucking broke. No surprise there. But I found it, so there's that. All right, guys, back home in the garage. It was a pretty successful test, honestly, at the track. It was raining, so I couldn't really break any records or anything, but it allowed me to, really test out the car and, see what it could do as far as, some of the mods that I've done. And, it was like 50 degrees, it was raining the whole time, but it did let me know that my cooling mods absolutely helped, because even some of the drier laps when I was running it pretty hard, it's still like the hottest. It was pretty much the temperature as a coolant temperature between 183 and 192. So as far as I'm concerned, it's fixed. It would be interesting to see what it does when it's like 100 outside, but still, that's pretty good. It's staying pretty cool, pretty much the whole time. I did have a couple casualties that I didn't notice until I pulled it back in the garage. Well, I guess I was having a problem with the front lip on and off. It was kind of like hanging down in one spot. I need to reattach it better, but it completely came off when I pulled it out of the trailer. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna fix that better. The other thing I noticed is pop the hood. My oil cap's missing again. I don't know where it went. Hopefully it's somewhere that I can find it. If not, I guess I'm gonna have to get another one. So there's oil over the hood, so that's good. Also, my belt is about to take a shit. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty much worn through right there. So, gonna need another serpentine belt. But, these are all pretty minor things. Not really worried about it. Other than that, car did awesome. I was pretty much passing everybody and their mom while I was out there. I was in the advanced group, but I don't know. I was doing really good. I was tearing it up out there. So I'm pretty proud of that. I do think that the camber absolutely helped. I do think one of the things I absolutely need is I need to get a limited slip. And I think maybe when I rebuild my other transmission, which is sitting over there somewhere, over the winter, maybe I'll put LSD in one of these trannies. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, for the moment, I think that's going to be it, guys. So subscribe, do the things. Peace out.